So user Cinderella Pink recently made this bold statement on Twitter saying, quote, social media got you girls buying a body before a house. And another user named Miss Perry felt some type of way about it because she replied, social media got y'all minding everyone's business, but y'all alone. So ladies, these women are speaking about the massive impact that social media and seeing bigger and bigger butts and these alterations done to bodies because of the trend of how bodies now look on the gram. So I want to ask you, do you think Miss Cinderella has a point? Do we think that women are spending more money on their bodies than focusing on buying a house these days?
The bodies don't get them a house. That's why they doing it. Oh, girl.
That's it. I agree with you, Lonnie. I agree with you. I agree with you, Lonnie. I think, you know, women are investing in their bodies because that's their future. Look how much money these women are making on Instagram. You know, whether it's posting a bathing suit, whether it's whatever, they're making a lot more money. And I really feel like what's happened, like when you're a baby, girls are given dolls, you know, playing house, you have a baby, a doll to take care of. And I think boys are given like, you know, balls and trucks and things that can, you know, be a career, playing sports. And I feel like some women feel like if I work on my body, like Lonnie said, then I will get a guy and then I will get the house, as opposed to them wanting the house for themselves. Also, it could be for confidence. If there's something they don't like and they want to fix it, then that's okay too.
I hate when people get criticized for doing whatever the hell they want to their body. It doesn't necessarily have to be surgical procedure, but whether it's working out or getting some type of lifestyle to get to the body shape you want to live in, that is your home. Your body is your home for the rest of your life. Do what you got to do to make you happy. Just make sure that you're in a sound place and just make sure that it's healthy for the long run, because how your body is now is not going to be what it's like 20 years from now.
The problem is Instagram, and I think what she meant was that a lot of things on Instagram is not real, and that is affecting, you know, regular, everyday women. And so that's not fair to everyday women, because, you know, men look at Instagram and go, yeah, I want that. You know, this is what I want out of a woman, you know, and so women are actually, you know, putting themselves in danger, maybe.
It's not the problem of social media.
Lonnie.
Back in my day, it was YM Magazine and all these women on, you know, that were iconic supermodels. Today, it's the Kardashians and it's Instagram. It's us. It's our own mind. Stop.
Wow.
No, I think that you got to build yourself first, because guess what? After the gram's done, there's going to be something else that's going to make you compare your body. You got to get this right, and you got to figure out at some point where you're happy.
Jeannie.
And make those adjustments for you. We can't blame. Can't blame outside sources
We're not
for how
blaming
you
it
should
all,
be
but
thinking your mind.
Why do they call them influencers, Jeannie? Come on now. It is an influence to a lot of young girls.
Of course. But you can't blame.
Guys, we have to recognize that, yes, there is social media. You know, we have control as to whether or not we partake in that or not. We have control, and that's a decision that ultimately you have to make for yourself. While I agree that younger people are wildly impressionable, and it's so much harder for them to recognize what their own values are, you know, when they're looking at Instagram, for sure. Now, while I don't agree with spending money on your body before you invest in a home, that's just me. I'm with the girl that responded that was like, Yatu invested in other people's business. I think do what makes you happy, but ultimately it should be based on your values, not based on what Instagram is telling you is valuable.
That's nice to say, but when you see people that's getting money for the way they look,
and to some
that
people
will
that
influence
matters.
you.
I have friends, and even myself, that yes, in some ways it absolutely influences me, and then in other ways, I look at that and go, nah, I'm good. I'd rather have a home. So I think it depends on the person on the other side of the screen looking at social media. Ultimately.
It depends on the person, but these young kids are impressionable. And what's hot right now is tiny little waist and big booties. Everybody wants them, right?
This is not just bodies. We're talking about the influence of social media in general. It's easy for us to say, yeah, be your own, but you guys got to remember, y'all friends. We talk to each other. Like, you know, I can go to Jeannie and say, Jeannie, do you think I should? She'd be like, no. But a lot of these kids, they don't have parental guidance.
That's right.
They don't have the friends.
Right.
So all they have is Instagram, and it's a big influence on them. And so when people ask that type of question about, well, that's going to help somebody. It's not necessarily that I feel that it will help somebody to question, well, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I'll wait to get
absolutely.
the implants and try to save my money and get an education.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm thankful for this show, because if you don't have that network of people that can keep it real with you, and if you're constantly floating on the gram and looking at that to compare yourself, at least if these 4 women right here, us, if we can at least just tell you that, first of all, that ain't real. And number 2, you don't know what your body's gonna look like. You might look like melted Tupperware later on, and that's not cute. And number 3, there's always gonna be another Kardashian. There's always gonna be somebody else with a thigh gap that something is in. So just preserve what God gave you, and then do what you need to do to make yourself happy, but just remember that there are long-lasting damaging effects that you may be even more upset with later on if you do anything too drastic because of something you see on the gram.